Welcome to the Reiki Healer and the Church Girl podcast. This is Stephanie, your Reiki Healer. I'm so glad to be with everyone tonight. How are you? Oh my goodness. I'm so glad you're still hanging out here once in a while. I apologize for not doing the podcast very much anymore. And actually, this is going to be the last podcast because April's getting so busy and I feel kind of silly being the church girl and the Reiki healer and the church girl, and the church girl's got too much work to do now with her wonderful new job, and she loves it, and I'm so proud of her, and she's really fulfilling her purpose, working with the deaf community that she loves so much, and she's so amazing at it, and I'm really proud of her, and so yeah, so we're going to move on, and so I'm just going to go back to my YouTube channel, Stephanie Sarens. So if you'd like to be cheered up, and I'm probably going to talk a little bit about different issues close to my heart, food additives, and things, just all kinds of different things I'm going to explore. And Robert and I are going to start taking walks, and so we're going to show you around Vancouver Island where we live and wherever else we're going in our travels in the future. And we're very lucky to live at Fuller Lake Park, so we live in a beautiful 18-acre heaven, and whenever anybody comes over, it's kind of cute because they all want to live here. And so I feel very, very blessed to be in such a beautiful place. And I get to share it with everyone, and that's okay. And we have a lot of fun here. We play music here on Sundays, and so today we had a jam, and it's so fun. I'm getting to sing along, and I'm a good metronome. When there's not a drummer, I can keep so that's fun. My husband enjoys that. I can't do any other kind of drumming. I don't know how everybody gets their hands going and their feet going. I think I'd have to work a long time for that. When I tried using a kit drum a long time ago, and my hands would be going like just 1, 2, 1, 2, not real complicated. And then I tried to make my foot go to the kick drum, and every time my feet would quit working, or my hands would quit working. So I never practiced enough. Have to practice instruments until they become like second nature. And I know it could because I type like that now, so it'd be the same. I just have to do it in a rhythm, right? Just practice my piano more. It's right behind me in my office all the time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so tonight I thought I'd talk about just resilience in this crazy time. And my hope is every day that whatever happens, that I can just look at it like it's just okay. I'm not going to get excited about it, because I really think that that's what all this is about. It's to drive diversion and fear and anger. And so I just, whatever anybody wants to be or do, that's fine with me, right? I want everybody just to follow their bliss, whatever they think is best for them. Because that's what I have to do. I listen to my body and follow what my body tells me it needs. And I've really been enjoying my oxygen machine. Yeah, I use that almost every day. Sometimes I get so busy I forget. Excuse me. But I just finished it, so I get relaxed from it. It's very nice, and I sleep way better from it. Yeah, it's really relaxing. And then, oh my gosh. A couple reasons why I haven't done a few podcasts is our car died and we had to get a new one, and it was a bit stressful. Like, of course, also lots of times dealing with car dealerships can be, and so I've been a bit preoccupied with that. So that's been fun, learning to stand up for us and be able to express our needs and not to be feeling like we're put down, right? To be able to stay. I was really glad I was just able to, in one situation in the finance office, I wasn't getting the answer I wanted from the finance lady. I didn't feel she was being honest. And so I just got up and left the room and went to talk to another guy, and he gave me a more straight answer so I could make an educated decision about all this money, if we wanted to spend it or not. Oh my gosh. So that's for another podcast, not for the ending one. But yeah, just one reason why I've been pretty preoccupied lately. Right, and if you wrote a letter to the paper, see what happens. Wrote a review on Yelp and shared it on Shemaina's Shoutouts, where we live, on Facebook and a few other places. And so just raising awareness, to be aware when you go to a car dealership, make sure you read that contract. So, because there, those taxes and fees. Oh my gosh, there was a fee, $699 just to do the paperwork for the car. Oh my gosh, how crazy. So, anyways, but that's what I say, being resilient, right? Like once I probably just would have left frustrated and feeling like abused almost, but I didn't. I stood up for myself and I thought, this isn't right and I'm getting a straight answer, and I went and I got one, and so I felt like I was taking care of our needs and our financial needs, and like I was growing up. I'm 60, right? So I better grow up by now and be able to handle all this stuff, right? But it's fascinating to go out into the real world and make a big dollar purchase. Holy Lord. There was the first salesman who was just there a week. He was lovely. And then the pro salesman who I quite enjoyed. And then the finance lady who was holy smokadori. So anyways, it felt good to stand up for ourselves, and and at one point the main salesman said, well, what do you want out of this? And I said, I want you to change the policy so people actually know the true price of what this bumper-to-bumper warranty is costing. Sorry, I had to get a drink. What am I drinking? Oh, it's tea, and it's chicory tea, so it's like a coffee replacement, but there's no caffeine. I mean, I don't even drink coffee anymore, but it's sort of like a hot chocolate replacement too. So there's chicory and a little bit of carob, and then for a real treat, a little touch of vanilla extract. Holy Lord, that just makes it like the best drink ever. Oh, that's the only kind of alcohol I have anymore. Vanilla. I'm a vanilla addict. We're making some homemade vanilla. They say you should let it sit for a year, so I'm going to let it sit till Christmas. That'll be our Christmas present. We'll have some homemade vanilla. So that should be really fun. And so being resilient. The best thing that I've found for being resilient is just to not to realize that I'm not in control of the government. And the only thing that I could possibly do to be in control of the government is to vote. And we're having another, in my area, we're having another vote. The lady who just got voted in NDP, I think last year, it hasn't been very long. I was like, what, we're having another election? Didn't we just have an election? And so right before Trump, I think we had an election. And so it was incredible, because it was during COVID sometime, because I remember we all had masks on when we were voting, so it was sometime. And so anyway, so she couldn't do it anymore, so now we're having another election, and so that's fascinating. And it just seems like we're having election exhaustion. At least I am. It's like, oh my gosh, another one. So now trying to figure out who I want to vote for again around here. So anyway, all the fun things. And that's what being resilient, right? Just being able to take a breath, and it's all okay. Because I'm going to make the best of whatever happens. And that's all that matters. Because I know I don't have control of the government, no. But I can have some control of my attitude and putting out the vibe to the universe that it always works out the best for me. And to ensure that happens, I just try to wake up every morning and do my best. If I can lend a helping hand to someone, I do. I do a little volunteer work in my community. I volunteer at the little thrift store, Chemainus Auxiliary Thrift Store, and that's really fun. If you live in Chemainus and you ever want to volunteer, check it out. It's lovely. And and then taking care of the park here. There's lots of ways to be able to give to the community. Like recently, someone's battery was dead, so we went and gave them a jump. It was a little unnerving with our brand new car. It's like, oh my gosh, but everything's fine and still works good. So anyways, hallelujah. And what else? Yeah, it's just been really, really, really good. And I'm really looking forward to exploring more deep topics, and I'll go back to having videos again, which I've been kind of missing. I enjoyed doing the podcast with April and the not having the video aspect, but I really enjoy the video aspect too. So again, Stephanie Sarens, and just I'm just keeping on, and I'm going to be getting our books finished by summer, hopefully by May or June. I hope to have all three of our books all together. April's made new images for my first book, because I did the images for my first book, and they weren't, they weren't like Rembrandt or anything, or like my husband, but I used a computer program, so I had a little bit of cheating help, so it was fun. I made mandalas, and it was cool. You could imagine a circle, and then you could put as many pieces of pie, right? It could have as many pieces of pie in the circle, and then whenever you made a mark in one piece of pie, it made the same mark. So it was really, that's the only way I could have drawn a mandala. It was like cheater mandala. But it was really fun, and I'd draw the picture, and then I'd write the affirmation. And so I'm really glad that April's redoing the art, and I'm putting that together right now and putting together our third book and just going through the last edits on both of them. And so between that and the taxes and a few things, everything will get done by May or so. So anyways, and I'm really looking forward to do a lot more videos, and with my husband. He's really expanding his YouTube presence, and I'm really proud of him. He's doing a lot of videos on the lake here in our boat, and so it's just fun to see how we can expand our business in these turbulent times when it seems everything is trying to add to the stress in our lives. But as my friend Omolara was singing a song today that she wrote, "Too blessed to be stressed," and that's really how I do feel. I mean, I've been so blessed to live in North America my whole life, and been blessed with so much abundance and good friends and wonderful relationships where I've learned a lot. And I just hope you come with me on my journey back to my YouTube channel, and we'll explore all kind of exciting topics. I'm going to explore some things like the fine print, where I'll read some ingredients on things that I think it's important to raise awareness of really what's in some of the stuff that they sell us to put on our body and in our body. And because really I couldn't believe some of the things I've been learning lately. So I'll save that for when you come over to my YouTube channel. And I'm just really proud to have done this with April for 2 years, and in July it would have been 3, so over 2.5 years we did the podcast, and she was a wonderful podcast partner, and I love that she's done all the art from our books now, so that's going to be fun. It'll be a complete trilogy, and who knows what we'll write next, but this year's a year of promotion and getting out the word. Because if we just write books but we don't tell anyone, so we're gonna, I'll be promoting the books and Robert's art on the podcast, and just whatever I learn that I can share with you that I think could make you more resilient and calm and a source of strength for yourself, where you're not thrown about by everything that's happening in the world, where every news bulletin is like, oh my gosh, right? Where it's just like, oh, okay, that happened, well, okay, what can I do about it, right? I already donate to who I can donate, and give my time when I can, and so I just give good, and just keep on focusing on what I want to create, not on that's what I did in my abusive marriage. I just said, I love my life, and I'm creating a better life, and I'm getting smarter and stronger every day. And if this doesn't change one day, I will even create a better life. And then 4 years later after that, I met my husband Robert, and we've been creating a life that it'll be 22 years in May. So that's coming up pretty soon. So that's pretty cool. And I feel very grateful for that. Because in all my other relationships, I must be tired tonight, sorry. In all my other relationships, I think I'm emotional because it's my last podcast too, so that's probably why I'm yawning a lot. And but I'll still be on YouTube, and that'll be with my face, and I might do some lives outside around our park and in our where we're living in our neighborhood and stuff, so that'll be fun. And so anyways, I really look forward to you jumping over to my YouTube channel and coming along, and also check out Robert Sarins on YouTube. He's been doing some really cool videos with his earrings and his music and rowing around on our beautiful lake in the sunshine, just being adorable. So anyways, we appreciate you, and thank you so much for your time and energy and love. And yeah, you can see my face on YouTube if you like. So anyways, talk to you later. Oh, I forgot. So if you want to see some of April's art, go to Signs of April at Redbubble. And of course, if you need some paintings or earrings, go to www.robertsarins.com. And I think we'll be putting a few of Robert's videos on there if we can figure out how. And then, and I'm also hopefully going to put some videos on my website, stephaniesarins.ca. So I look forward to seeing you and hearing from you. And if you need any reassurance, enthusiasm, encouragement for goals you're setting, let me know, and I'll write you an affirmation. They're always just by donation. If they make you feel better, you can give me something. If you don't have any money, that's okay too. It's sort of like I'm just here to cheer up the planet. So I'm going to go over and be a happiness enhancer on my YouTube channel, because that's one way I really see myself too, besides being the Reiki Healer, is being a happiness enhancer. Because happiness isn't something that just, it can happen to us because something good happens, right? We get a new job, or we get a new relationship, or we get out of a bad relationship. That can be elating. I've gotten out of a few bad ones, oh my God. And so, anyways, when we just keep on pushing on and focusing on what we want instead of what we have, right? That's how we create a new world, not by focusing on what we have, but on focusing by what we want to create and what we need and what we can contribute, right? The world, we're here because the world needs each one of us. So there's something that's special about you that only you can provide. And so once you find what your gift is and you start sharing your gift, I think you'll feel better, because you'll be living from your heart and you'll feel calmer and more connected. That's how I feel anyway. I feel more connected to my soul and to my heart, and I just want to share my what's happened to me so I can see if I can cheer you up and help you take life lighter, right? Because we can't really change, we can change what's going on by changing our attitude. That's what I do, right? And then I focus on what I want and work for what I want. And now I'm even writing letters to help raise awareness about things. And so that's been an interesting experience. And the energy it takes to write all them letters, that's been interesting. And so anyways, standing up for yourself takes some energy, right? It has for me anyway. So I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself, and I know how good it feels when I stand up for myself. So come over to stephaniesarins.ca or robertsarins.ca at YouTube, and then of course all the websites and everything. And we love you, and take care. And I hope we figure out how to keep the website, at least available for everyone to listen to for perpetuity. Thanks so much. Love you all. Bye.